Well, hello soldiers of the internet, what is up guys? My name is Perfect, and today I'm bringing you a OU match against some guy from the battle Finder of Smogon Forms. I wanted to, keep his name somewhere, but I totally forgot to do it. I am always in such a hurry when I'm battling people, but it doesn't really matter because this match was way better than all the others. Definitely because this guy was actually... he knew what he was doing. That was the best thing that I actually experienced in this match. So we're gonna kick it off with Terrakion versus King Tierra right here. And I am basically going to go for the U-turn, knowing that he will probably break the Earthquake and go into his Gyarados, which I saw at the preview window at the beginning of the match. So I'm gonna make this smart switch here with a U-turn, as he exactly does what I was predicting and goes out into his angry dick, which is basically his Gyarados. Now, I'm gonna send out Las Noches actually, because I'm thinking, well, I could go for Thunderbolt, but I don't know if that would be the smart choice to go with. But instead I go for the Shadow Ball and hit his Jirachi into the face. Well, it didn't really matter in the end. I think Shadow Ball does more damage than Thunderbolt, but in any case, I wanted to get that stab move going on because I knew he was about to switch fearing the Thunderbolt. Now I'm gonna make a switch into La Leche because I was thinking this guy could possibly go for the Thunder Wave, go for the Iron Head, go for stuff like Calm Mind, Psychic. It could be anything at this point. It could be really anything. So I basically made a safe switch into La Leche as he goes for Stealth Rocks. Then he goes for the Body Slam, and the whole strategy behind Body Slam is to paralyze my La Leche, which is basically a very good thing on his part. Because I managed to paralyze him before he does to me. He does the same to me. So basically he's recovering some HP from the leftovers, and I am basically going to hit him with Seismic Toss as many times as I possibly can, because really this face-off is not really have too much progress, because as you can see the Body Slam is not doing too much damage against my La Leche. And the same goes for the Seismic Toss, simply because Jirachi has a shit ton of HP. I believe at maximum it has 404 HP, which is a lot. So he's going to make a switch into Got to Slap Bitch or something like that, which is basically a Brilliant. I'm gonna make a switch into King Tierra right here. I was actually thinking this guy might go for the Spore or might go for the Bulk Up, knowing that I am about to switch. Now at this point, no wait, I am totally missaying this. We both make a switch on the same turn. That was what was going on here. I go out into King Tierra as he goes out into Got to Slap a Bitch. Got to Slap Bitch. That's a really cool name. And I go for the U-turn and does a shit ton of damage as I bring out my La Leche once again, knowing that he will go for the Sport, trying to, basically put something to sleep, because that's basically what Brilliant does. Was I really about to say that? Oh my god, my English is so bad sometimes. So he's going to go for the Bulk Up once again, and it's gonna get a +1 attack, +1 defense. At this point I should have known better and not stayed in and made a switch into King Tierra, knowing that he was about to do something like that. But I was really scared of him over-predicting another switch and going for the Spore again. So yeah, I should have listened to my first instinct at this point, which was basically switch out, predicting the Bulk Up. But I did not do that, so that was a pretty fail on my part. Now at this point I was like, he's basically going to attack me on this turn. I'm pretty sure about that. So I'm gonna make a switch into Gengar, and basically predicted it correctly, which ended up being, awesome for me, because I avoided the damage that he was about to do with the Drain Punch to my La Leches, or La Leche basically. So I go for the Shadow Ball against the Brillium here with my Gengar, but it puts down my Gengar to sleep, which is unfortunate. So I'm gonna make a switch into Dynamic here, or Dynamite actually, and he's gonna go for another Bulk Up, which is fine by me because I do have Fire Blast, which is a special attack move and not a physical one. At this point I think that he would be able to survive at least one Dragon Claw after a +2 defense after 2 Bulk Ups. So that's why I basically decided to go for the Fire Blast, and I don't really know why I'm actually saying basically so many times. But I think it's something that when I don't have enough words to go with, I usually use that. Use a specific word many times, or I pretty much repeat myself a lot of times. So what happens here is I go for Fire Blast and I hit Jirachi, which did a crap lot of damage actually, which I was very happy about. Now I made a gamble right here. I was like, he's definitely going to go for the Body Slam, trying to paralyze my Dynamite actually. So I'm gonna go for the Dragon Claw and just, have this gamble going on here and hope with crossed fingers that he's not gonna paralyze me, which did not happen in the end, and I get my Moxie ability after Earthquake his ass. So I'm basically at +2 attack and +1 speed. Now I know that this Terrakion, the only reason why he brought it out knowing that I have Earthquake is because it's Choice Scarf. That much I knew right off the bat. And I was like, well, I could be faster, I'm not sure. So I basically stayed in like a dumbass, and I should have known better and made a switch into King Tierra. But hey, sometimes you make these kind of mistakes because you get a little bit overconfident and shit just don't go your way. So what happens here, he finishes off my Salamence as I go out into King Tierra, and he makes a switch into Gyarados. I thought that at this point he will predict another U-turn and stay in. Well, basically over-predicting myself here. So, which was a very bad thing to think about at this point, because I go for the Earthquake and he makes an awesome switch into Angry Dick, avoiding the damage. You know, and I make a switch to La Leche here because, you know, La Leche is basically the only thing that has great defenses that can handle almost every single move that Gyarados is about to throw at us. So that's exactly what I did. He goes for the Dragon Tail, by the way, and I go out into my Baraki. Or basically Baraki got dragged out here forcefully. I don't know how you say that exactly, but I'm gonna go for the Wish here, and he's going to make a switch into Breloom, because why would Breloom not go into the field right now against a Umbreon, which is like the best counter ever, because it has fighting attacks, and it has Spore, and it has all those great things that can pretty much hurt a Umbreon a lot. So I'm gonna make a switch here into Boquito, basically because I know that Wish is gonna be healing me up on the next turn, and I knew that even Drain Punch will not kill me in one shot. So I was very confident about making this switch, which ended up paying off at this point. So that was an amazing move right here. So I'm gonna go for the Stealth Rocks here because I know that the Latios, or I mean the Latias, will come in sometimes. And the same goes for Gyarados, which is Power Flying, which is gonna be super effective, and it's gonna do a decent amount of damage, which I'm definitely gonna be needing at the end of this match. So he's gonna go for a Reflect at this point, and I am gonna bring out my Baraki. And after I saw that Reflect, I was like, hell no, don't tell me this guy is holding a how do you say that? I think it's a clay something. I don't remember the correct name of that item that basically prolongs the reflect effect. But I don't think he has that. I was just very skeptical about that. So I am going to go out into Baraki, basically because Baraki is the only thing that can counter Latias at this point. Simply because Latias used to be special attackers and Baraki has like the best special defense on my team. So I'm gonna make another switch into Boquito here, which I do not know why he stayed in and goes for a bulk up, knowing that I still have my Boquito left. But maybe he was thinking that I was about to overpredict and I was about to stay with the Breloom. I mean, not with Breloom, about to stay with Baraki, which was not the case. So I'm basically able to go for an overhit and just bitch slap this guy to hell. And, you know, Breloom basically goes down, which is very good for me. Because right now, I don't have to worry about this thing, you know, putting everything to sleep and basically setting up all over my face with a bulk up. So yeah, in comes the round bitch. And yeah, Terrakion was definitely one of those Pokemon that pisses you off so much in the long run because they are extremely fast. This guy has Choice Scarf, and not only that, but they are pretty strong. Unfortunately for him, things did not go his way as I go for the counter and basically counter his ass. It was basically a gamble right here, because if he had he missed Stone Edge, he would have been able to make a switch into Gyarados, which was like the best move that he could have done right there. But he did not miss his Stone Edge, and I basically finish off his ass, and he goes out into Angry Dick, which is the Gyarados at this point. I'm gonna make a switch into La Leche because, you know, once again, La Leche has the best defense on my team, and basically everything that Gyarados is about to throw at us, La Leche can take. So yeah, Leftover is gonna kick in and it's gonna heal a little bit of HP of the Gyarados, and the same goes for my La Leche. La Leche being one of the MVP of almost every single match that I play with, I'm still very happy with the outcome that this guy always has, which is an amazing Pokemon. So at this point, he goes for the taunt, predicting my Milk Drink, which was a spectacular move on his part. Very good prediction once again. And I should have known better and should have gone for the Seismic Dust, but I wasn't really sure if he had taunt on his move arsenal, but he still has. So yeah, they took me right by surprise right there. So what's gonna happen here, he's gonna go for the Dragon Tail after a Seismic does his ass, and then Boquito is gonna come in. Blaze ability kicks in, But I'm not gonna use that because that's not super effective against the Gyarados, and I think the close combat would have done more damage anyways. So I go for the close combat. If you guys know which move would have done more damage at this point, you guys can tell me. A Blaze ability boosted overhit, which is also stab, but it's not super effective, or a close combat on the physical side of Gyarados, you know, hitting on the physical side of Gyarados, which is also stab but not super effective. I would like to know which one would have done more damage right there, because I think my brains were failing and I think close combat would have done more. But now that I think about it, I think overheat would have done more, but you guys decide that. You guys are the smart ass here on YouTube. So anyways, what's gonna happen here, Infernape is gonna go down, basically Bokido says goodbye, and King Tierra is gonna come in. I'm gonna go for the Rock Slide because that's super effective against Gyarados. He makes a smart switch into Latias, and I'm gonna make a smart switch on my own, and I'm gonna go out into Baraki. Now he's gonna start going for the Calm Mind, and I was like, should I go for the Taunt? Yes guys, I do have Taunt on Baraki, but I wasn't really sure if this guy was about to stay in or was about to make a switch, which would have ended up being you know, like a turn where I basically waste my move going for the taunt. So I should have gone for the taunt here anyways, which is gonna cost me the match not going for it. I'm gonna go for the curse basically because I want to do as much damage as I possibly can with the payback when I decide to go all offensive for this guy. So no, defense goes up, attack goes up, and this guy is healing up himself with leftovers, and so do I. And things are basically gonna get a little bit stalled here because it's gonna be a phase down between Baraki and Latias. And as you know, Latias has Reflect, which it goes for at this point. And I'm gonna go for the payback. And for those of you guys that know how payback actually works, it's a move that gets double the power when it's hit by the enemy before it basically goes off. But when you don't get attacked, it isn't as powerful. It is your only stab and super effective at this point. So what I was actually hoping for is that this guy would start attacking me other than setting up Calm Minds, which of course was the best move for him, because as you can see, Baraki is not gonna be able to take him down because Latias usually have a recover, and that's exactly what it goes for. And this was the point where I was like, oh my god, oh no, are you joking me? I thought I was going to make a spectacular finish here with Baraki, but it looks like it's not going to happen because this asshole has recover and has Dragon Pulse as its only attacking move. I was like, please have Draco Meteor or something like that, please, because that's gonna lower the special attack side and by 2 stages, and that's basically gonna give me a little bit of time to do something against this Latias, which is basically wrecking my team at this point. So wish comes true, and I get my full HP back, and I'm basically going to make a switch into La Leche here. I don't quite remember why I actually did that, but I did, and well, you know, La Leche goes down, and really, I think I was stalling for, yeah, that's exactly what happens there. I was stalling for Reflect to wear off, so I can bring out my King Tierra and go, and I'm gonna be able to go for a U-turn, which is gonna be super effective, but I was actually thinking maybe the U-turn is gonna do more damage, which is not the case. Jesus, this thing is bulky as hell. So yeah, U-turn back into Baraki, or I mean Las Noches, which is asleep at this point. I do have a greater number of Pokemon left, but as you can see, none of them can actually do anything at this point. Las Noches was the only thing that could probably do a little bit of damage because it has Shadow Ball, it's super effective. I should have gone for the oh my god, voice crack. I should have gone for the Destiny Bond there, but still I couldn't do anything because Gengar itself was asleep. And in comes Baraki once again. Now I no longer have the Curse boost, and he's gonna go for the Dragon Pulse, and it's basically gonna do a shit ton of damage. And this is game over basically, because if I don't get a critical hit or something right now, I'm not going to go far, which I don't get it, unfortunately. And he's still recovering some HP with leftovers, and at this point I was like, he's probably going to go for the recover. Because yeah, why would he not go for that? He's basically making sure that he's gonna win this match, because you know there is King Tierra still left, which is faster than Latias. He's holding a Choice Scarf, and he could potentially go for the U-turn and finish off the Latias. But then again, I wouldn't be able to take down his Gyarados, which is still asleep, with a simple U-turn, which is gonna be a -1 attack after the Intimidate kicks in, so it was basically game over nonetheless. Yep, you know, Baraki goes down by the stupid Latias, and I gotta put something on my team that can counteract Latias and Latios and whatever not, because these things are a pain in the ass. So in comes King Tiara, which is my last Pokemon, and I'm gonna go for the Rock Slide. I could have gone for the U-turn, but I was like, hell, if I get a critical hit and a flinch, oh, and I was like, oh my god, I got a critical hit, which I was hoping for, but I don't get the flinch. It should have been a miracle at this point, because if I had I gotten a critical hit and a flinch and another critical hit and another flinch, I would have probably win this game, but that was way too much asked. But in the end, the game was 0-2. It was a very great game, a very long game too. I enjoyed it completely. If you guys enjoyed this match, which to my surprise was very good, make sure to thumb up the video because it helps out Caster Perfect tremendously, aka me. Other than that, guys, I will check you guys later, and I hope you enjoy this vid. Take care.